Hello, Reverend Dave here with another meditation for, I think today is the 21st of January. So, welcome and hope you get something out of today's meditation. Um, I'm not surprised because there's so many, shall I say, satanic programs out there that one named after the Prince of Lies is not surprising to me. But I saw there's a new program coming on called Lucifer about a man supposedly can read minds and do wonderful things and just get his way. And I wanted to make it clear that Satan's chiefest one of his weapons is fear. That because we don't understand where he's coming from, we fear him. And it's good to fear things sometimes, but I want to give you some background on Satan. He's just an angel. He's not God. He's not omnipotent. He's not omnipresent. He's not omniscient, which means he doesn't have all the power. He doesn't have the intelligence of God. And yes, he's an angel. He's a fallen angel. He's an archangel, but he's not somebody we need to fear, especially and perhaps only if you are a Christian, a born-again Christian. So I wanted to let you know that Satan can't touch a Christian unless God gives his permission to. How do I know this? Well, if you look in the Old Testament, in the oldest book in the Bible, it's called Job. There's a story about a man who was very rich, very powerful, and he worshiped God. Don't think he was Jewish. I think it was before the Jewish nation was formed, but he worshipped God, and he talked to God. He took care of him, and God took good care of him. Well, Satan came to God one day and said, well, the reason Job does this because you're protecting him and you're keeping me away from him. He says, if you take away everything he has, he'll curse you to your face. And God said, okay, go ahead, take whatever he has. And so Satan took all of his property, all of his livestock and so on, and then Job still wouldn't blaspheme God, wouldn't curse God, because he says, shall we not receive good as well as evil from the Lord? And he was certain God had a good reason for doing what he did. And then Satan came back again and says, well, if you hurt him, then he would curse you to your face. And God said, go ahead, do whatever you want to his body, but don't kill him. So you see, Satan needs God's permission before he can touch any of us, because we are God's property. We are his workmanship as Christians. And Satan can't touch us. Now, he can yell at us from a distance, or he can come up and whisper in our ear and tell us all sorts of filthy things. And I'm sure you've realized that sometimes you have a thought come in your head and thinking, where did that come from? I mean, that's just disgusting. And, it's just something that would totally turn the stomach of any rational person, and thinking, is that for me? And frankly, a lot of times the devil gets credit for doing things that he's not really doing. Keep in mind, we're constantly at war with our own flesh. We have a fleshly nature about us. Whether we're born again or not, our flesh is going to constantly war against us. So a lot of the things that we attribute to what Satan, like Flip Wilson used to say back in the 60s and the 70s, the devil made me do it. Well, the devil didn't do nothing like that. You just did it out of your own fleshly nature. So I want to let you know, we're constantly at war with our own flesh, but a lot of things the devil gets credit for, he didn't do. And he loves it. He loves getting credit for it, but he didn't do it. So I want to let you know, Satan can't touch you. Lucifer can't touch you. He cannot read your mind. He can read your expressions. He can tell a lot of times what you're thinking by the expression, by what you say to other people, but he can't read your mind. So that's good news. So this Lucifer who's on TV is obviously a false devil, and he's not the real thing. Obviously he's not, because he's playing a part. But I want to let you know, if you want power, tap into the ultimate source in the universe. And that's God Almighty. That's Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. Call on him and he will answer every single time. He never fails. He never leaves. He never forsakes. And someday we'll all bow our knee at his knees. Some of us willingly, most of us willingly, but some won't. And I think there's going to be an angel to push those people's heads into the dust and say, "You're the Lord." So you can choose to say it willingly, or you can choose to say it unwillingly. It's your choice. Choice of comfort zones. It can either be heaven and all the glory, or hell and the lake of fire and burning up forever. Did I scare you? Not my intent. But if I have to scare somebody into heaven, I will. God bless you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.